Hey, what's up everyone? So today we're back working on the Geo. So we're trying to finish up the airbags. So last time we cut out the brackets so that they actually fit and then tested for leaks and stuff like that. So kind of the next things that we have to do are, I got the proper fittings in for the bags, so gonna put those on, get the brackets hooked up, get the bags put in the rear, and get the lines run to the bags, and then get the front struts installed, get the lines run up there, and then we should be good to go on that. And then I also need to get my exhaust kind of like rerouted or bent around so that it's not touching the airbag anymore. So I'm probably going to take that to a shop just because I don't have a welder or anything. So those are kind of all the big hurdles that I see us having to get past so far. It's mainly the exhaust is the one that kind of sucks because I got to take it to a shop. And cutting out the brackets really kind of sucked, but we're done with that now, so happy to be past that. So let's get started. All right, got that fitting on, and the brackets all on now. Let's move on to the next one. All right, got the second one on. So now let's get one of these bags in, or get both the bags in, struts put back in, and then the rear will be done. Okay, so this puppy needs to go right here and up into here. And then you can see the little air part is right down here. So let's see. There we go, it's in. So now we need to get the strut back in, and then this should be all good. Okay, so what I found was that these little fittings here with the little joint were hitting right here, the control arm, when the bracket was down. So I have these straight ones also that I was planning on using in the front. This is the straight one. It just kind of goes straight out, and I'll put them on the rear and then drill a hole in the control arm so that the tubing can go through there. So that's the kind of like current plan. And then on the front, I'll use these. Okay, so we got one bag in here. Now let's get the strut back in, and then we can work on the other side. All right, got the strut in down here. Airbag's looking good and solid. So let me bolt in the strut or the shock at the top, and then this side will be all done. Alrighty, so the bag's all in there, strut's in there now, all hooked up. So now I need to zip tie the airline so that it won't be dragging on the ground, and it'll be out of the way. And not going to be hurt by anything. So gonna do that now. Alrighty, we got both rear bags in and the struts or shocks or whatever back in. So the car is still on jack stands. So basically what I'm gonna do is get it on this jack, lower it. Well, first I gotta put the wheels back on. And then I'm gonna get it on the jack, get it off the jack stands, lower it down a little bit, still have it on the jack, air it all the way up. And then basically from there I'll get it off the jack, having it stand under its own weight, and then we can lower it from there. So let's get the wheels back on and then on the jack, and then we can start checking it out. All right, so now to get it mostly under its own weight. All right, so let's get the keys in the ignition so that we can air up the bags, and then start lowering it down. All right, so we got the car on its own weight, so let's try raising it up. Alrighty, so we went through the calibration. Definitely needed to have the front ones hooked up before we could do anything with the rear. I saw kind of like the top and the bottom range. So now let's get on to hooking up the front ones. All right, car's back on the ground. Let's get the lug nuts removed. Or sorry, get the lug nuts loosened, not all the way removed. Okay, now we can fully remove the wheel. Hey, what's up everyone? So we are back working on the front suspension today. So I got the little Star Torx bit that I needed. So we should be able to have everything that we need to get these front suspension swapped out with the struts of with the air suspension stuff. So let's get going on getting this removed, and then we should be able to install the other stuff without too much issue. So now the only thing holding it on are the 3 bolts on the top hat. So let's get those off now. Alrighty, and there's that. Alrighty, so the first thing we need to do here is get our spring compressor to compress this spring here. These have a lot of built up energy because it's constantly pushing it up. So basically you can just go rent this at AutoZone and compress these springs. So you want to get these as close to 180 degrees away from each other as you can, and then tighten them up a little bit on each side. Okay, so as you can see, this spring is completely not engaged now. So now we can start loosening this top bolt. So we got that off. It's just 17 mil. Hit it with the impact gun and took it right off. And so this is all the top hat stuff that we're going to need to reuse. So just make sure you keep it in the same order as you're taking it off. Okay, so here's the air strut. Let's see what I need to do to transfer some of this stuff over. All right, got everything put back together. It's a little touch and go there for a second, but everything seems to be working well. So basically now need to reinstall this in the front and then do it again on the other side. So let's get this installed. Alrighty, so got it all back in now. Gonna need to do the other side and then run the air lines all the way back, but got this strut in at least. So super excited. It's kind of interesting. It has these kind of like 2 different holes here that you can put it in. And so I put it on the top one to try and get as low as possible. So we'll see how much lower that actually makes us. But that's where we're at with this one. So I'm gonna go ahead and install the other side, and then we should be able to run the air lines and then get this aired up and back on the ground. Got the second one in as well. So now we just need to run the air lines all the way up here and put the wheels back on, and then we can lower it down and see how it looks. So let's run the air lines now. Okay, so the car is so low, I have a piece of 2x4 underneath, and basically I need to air up the front before I can pull the jack all the way out. So gonna do that now. Alrighty, the car is completely on the ground with all corners on air suspension now. So let's give it a lower and see how it looks. A couple things I need to do still is like clean up the back, get the compressor on these kind of like quieter feet, and then hide some of the cables and stuff like that. But at least the car is all on air suspension right now. So super exciting. Can't wait to see how low the front is.